All right, guys. Thank you for joining the live. I literally just got home from work. So there's that. But how's everyone doing tonight? We had some major move in the market, guys. Bitcoin pumped, XRP pumped, everything just rocketed today out of nowhere. We can see some movement. I have no idea what happened. If anybody wants to fill me in, go ahead. And I'll look at the market based on what happened. If you guys are looking at the, if you guys are looking at the live, we have a portrait and a landscape mode. I don't have the light on today because my eyes are burning, so I need a bit of a break. No light, which I hope is fine for the quality. Hit that like button. Welcome to the YouTube live. Hopefully you guys got the Telegram notification or the YouTube notification. All right, so little bit of a thing here. Bitcoin pumped up like crazy. Max, the Clarity Act passed. Okay, I don't know much about the Clarity Act, but I think it has to do with Bitcoin and the future of it. Let's see, Bitcoin Clarity Act. I know they were talking about it before, but I don't really have time to read about Bitcoin during the day as I'm focusing on other business and stuff like that, where nighttime I come on, kind of look at the news and stuff, look at the charts. So Clarity Act passes, Senate Banking Committee, crypto stocks rally. Okay. So it is pretty much like a regulation bill, essentially, which obviously we know is going to be a pump and dump. Pretty sure everybody knows that, right? But haven't really been trading because obviously I missed this move, which is fine. But the initial $100 to $1 million challenge, haven't really been doing anything with it. So we're still stuck at whatever it was, 136. I'm not looking to over leverage the challenge here. I know we're going to pick up for those of you that are watching it. It'll be a bit slow for the beginning, and then we're going to pick up traction and momentum. Happens with anything, right? As long as we're winning, and we have been winning. So this is a bounce off right here off the breakout. Ideally, I would be longing it here. Right? Key Soul Play, how you doing? Thank you for commenting. Everybody, guys, jump on the live. Jump on the live. Obviously, you're on the live. I mean, hit that like button. So we've got our 15-minute stochastic dropping. We got the 1 hour dropping. We got the 4 hour overbought. But if we look at the market overall, we are in an uptrend currently, okay? So it's really, really tough to short. Even though I recommend shorting, I wouldn't be long this. I recommend shorting. It just is really tough to short. So probably what I'm going to do in this scenario is I'm going to take my resistance from right here to right here. If I take my long and my short position, I start shorting here. I know that this could potentially drop down to here. I know my stop loss is going to be here. That is a horrible ratio when you're trading, especially what I'm doing in business now in life. I'm doing multiple things, and I don't really have time to be watching my trade all day. So here's a big buy zone. This is a big demand zone right here, which liquidity should pick up in this area. But what I'm seeing is I'm seeing Bitcoin possibly come back down, come up to about 81.4. If it doesn't come up to 81.4, then this would be potentially a good short. So there are more buys than sells in this area. So really after 80,700, if we completely start dumping past this 80,700, we are going to drop a lot. Otherwise, I probably want to trade otherwise I'm looking around 81,493. So essentially in this area is where I'd be looking for a short, anywhere around 81.3 to 81.4. I wouldn't be shorting it here because this is a major demand zone. And the problem with shorting a demand zone is that you are going to move into a lot of support. And when you get into a lot of support, that means that it's not really going to be dropping. Neither pumping, but I'm probably looking for a short up here. Stephen Mansfield, how you doing? Thank you for coming on the live. Big pump on the Clarity Act. Yes, I read into it there a bit. So anywhere around 81 would be my short. Otherwise, if it starts dumping past 80,700, I probably would get a short on the 100 to 1 mil. Although we actually did break out. So really, I'm looking for a trade around here, 81,500 to 81,400. That is the trade that I'm looking for. I think we will get it one more time, either in London or New York, before a major drop. Okay. Now, am I bearish? Yes, potentially I'm bearish, because if we go to our MACDs, put some D's on that. All right. Anyways, so the MACD is dropping here out of the 15-minute. If you're looking at the 1 hour, the 1 hour MACD is about to cross. I think we get 81 one more time. Yeah, I see 81 to 81.4 one more time. If we get it, great. Then we'll short it and we'll take it all the way down to 79, which will be very, very good money. Okay. IAG, how you doing? Just caught this last drop on BTC. Good stuff, guys. APG, how you doing? Okay, so that is Bitcoin for us. I'm not looking at getting into a trade on Bitcoin yet because we're dropping. And obviously Bitcoin has dropped a bit. XRP though, wow. Guys, I have not seen a pump like this on XRP in a hot minute. So we know XRP is in a breakout rounded bottom. That is the first thing, right? Here's your breakout rounded bottom on XRP. Boom. We know we're hitting some consolidation. We wicked up to the previous high, which is a major supply area. Okay, a supply area is a major sell area. It is where market makers are pushing for liquidity, right? You can see we hit the top of this uptrend, downtrend, or uptrend. Call it the uptrend because it is an uptrend, okay? So now you look at the 15-minute time frame and you can see things are dropping a bit. But what you want to do is you want to take a parallel channel, because I want this trade on XRP, right? I can see that we broke the conversion line. I can see there's a change of character. But what I'm looking to do is take my RSI. And I want to take the 1 hour time frame, or I guess the 15-minute. That's fine. So from right here to right here is really where moment of truth on XRP. This does look like a really good short, right? But Yeah, I would say XRP is a short for me all day. XRP is definitely a short around 148 to 149. I wouldn't short it right now. I wouldn't short XRP right now. One of the reasons being is because there's a major buy area right here. You don't want to short a buy area. You don't want to short a liquidity area. I would look for a short up here. Kind of the same song and dance. Anywhere around 149 would be a good short on XRP. You have heavy resistance around 149.8. So probably 149 to 149.4 is where I would be. No, 149 to 148.5 is where I'd be shorting it. And I'd be looking for a drop. So ideally, I'd be shorting in this area. I'd have a stop loss around right here. And then you're pretty much getting a 1-to-3 trade. A 1-to-3 ratio trade is a perfect trade, right? So if it doesn't break that area, which it shouldn't, because it broke the RSI, and ideally, you're breaking this area right here too. So I would say 140, 148, 149 to 148.5 would be my entry on XRP. So we are finding some trades. There isn't anything at the moment, but we are lining up our trades, right? Lining up the trades. Dogecoin hasn't really done too much because it is grinding at the resistance. You don't want to be shorting Doge. It is on an uptrend. XRP, Bitcoin, same thing. I personally think Bitcoin is going to come back to the top here. So I'd be looking for a short there with XRP. Hit that like button, guys. If you guys are not part of the Telegram, let me know. We have a new Telegram channel. This is the link right here. Make sure you guys join it. It is a channel. You can see my lives, see my trade setups. Look, I haven't been trading much, and I know, you can trade every single day. Now, my lifestyle is a bit different than it has been before, but I have not been trading much. One of the reasons is because there's not enough. It's not there is not enough volume, but there just isn't enough activity in the market. So I'm really waiting for the tops, and I'm really waiting for the bottoms. So we're going to go to CoinGecko here. Going to look at a couple of coins. Okay, DGen pumped a lot. DGen's exploding, if you guys remember DGen. Looks like the meme coins are trying to run. Oh, this is going to be a very, very good short when it is ready on DGen. Very, very good short. DGen not MXC anymore? Okay, we'll just do DGen here. So we can pretty much see that DGen is bouncing off of this area right here, forming a higher low, breaking out of the parallel channel. Right, breaking out of the parallel channel right there, and now starting to explode. So that is essentially what DGen is doing. Now we have major support here on DGen. I wouldn't be shorting this, definitely not. But if it did break this prior low, I wouldn't be longing it because that's enough. If it comes back down to here and keeps on continuing up, I would say DGen's looking very, very bullish. In the shorter term, of course. GTR, Zen Cars, how you doing? Am I in the US? I'm in Canada. Thank you for joining the live. APG. Truth. Bullant, how you doing? Truth. What about Kite, guys? We looked at Kite yesterday, and there's a possible move on Kite. Let's go take a look at Kite. So DGen is kind of chilling. But I'm looking for a reversal and then a continuation. If you guys are looking at portrait mode right now, there is landscape mode as well, guys. All right. So Kite, right? So Kite's on a major uptrend. Okay. Like I'm talking major. Kite is probably the most bullish coin in crypto. If you look at it from a bounce and higher low perspective, right? So here's Kite. Now, personally, I could see Kite pumping all the way up to 45, 50 cents. In the shorter term, though, Kite is in a bit of a rising wedge or uptrend pattern. And I think we have some bearish divergence here on Kite. We definitely do. So we have some decent bearish divergence on Kite. Hey, question for everybody in the US or in Canada. Did you guys notice the sky different today? Because all around here, it is completely like, I'm not kidding. Rain that is black. Black rain. I've never seen black rain in my life. It was raining black rain today. Or I guess it's called acid rain. But did anybody notice that from America or from Canada? Like the sky is just, I've never seen so many emergency vehicles in my life as much as today. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. All right. Yeah, so this Kite needs to come back to this demand. If we can come back to this demand area right here, we are looking very good, right? Boom. And then a continuation back up. FLR, truth. Okay, I'll look at FLR. I like Kite, but I want to wait for a bit more retrace because it is very, very overbought. FLR is pumping as well. A lot of low caps are pumping. Altcoins are running, right? Bitcoin moved quite a bit there. The daily doesn't really intrigue me. I'm only looking for the shorter time frames. We are on a nice little uptrend on FLR. Matty Ghost, what is up? Right, we are on a nice little uptrend, guys, on FLR. Shout out to all the people, guys. If you're not in our Telegram group, guys, join it, the Telegram channel. I put the link in the comment section below. We had our own app. We were using it. I'm since going away from it for now due to the people trying to, mess people up or take money from other people. So this channel should be good and safe. But yeah, I'm liking FLR. It is on an uptrend. It isn't too bad. I wouldn't be shorting this to send an uptrend channel. I'd keep an eye on FLR because it is breaking out and you're hitting a major area buy area. So price should continue pumping up to about 1 cent. I'm not 100% sure because there is some bearish divergence. However, this is a major buy area on FLR. I'm not going to get into longs that are pumping, and I'm not going to get into shorts that are dropping, right? Now we're back at 81 finally on Bitcoin. We can see that right here. So like I said, it's a pretty big candle. I'm looking at possibly shorting up here. Yeah, so right now the Mighty app is not usable, guys, for a reason. Only use Telegram, okay? If you guys are looking for communicating with me right now, only use Telegram, okay? There's a reason for it. I shut down the app because of people creating scam accounts and it was getting pretty bad. So we have a Telegram channel, okay? It's a safety thing. I might even not put it back up and running until later, until I figure out how to get away from that, all right? Sui, I don't know why. Oh, a nice little pump on it. Okay, truth. Truth. Swarm network. Okay, let's look at the 15-minute here. You're in a bit of a downtrend on truth. A lot are pumping, just straight pump and dumps. Like I'm for sure a pump and dump. But if you kind of look at the uptrend there in rising channels typically bearish. Yeah, this would probably be a short for me. Maybe this would be a low leverage short. If our MACDs match up, it would definitely be a low leverage short. Yeah, so we're hitting a sell area on truth. It did break trend. So like even from here to here would be a short. And you are hitting a sell area as well. So I'd probably be shorting Swarm Network. I wouldn't be going high leverage. Like these are low cap coins, right? So they could quickly pump, but it did break the trend. And it should start dropping through here. And that will be pretty good money because there is more sells than buys on Swarm Network Truth. So that one I like. I like that one for a short for sure. Definitely, definitely. Hit that like button, guys, if you have not. Thank you all for joining the live tonight. How about Ethereum? Good old Ethereum. What is Ethereum doing? I'm not sure. Let's see. We got a little bit of a support bounce here, right? We take this area from right here to right here, bang. Yeah, so the whole market looks like it's about to correct. Maybe I'd be doing a long here based on this 3-point long. Not looking too shabby at all. But you're seeing things come back to support, guys, right? So if anyone knows anything about support, you always play it until it breaks. Ideally, this would be a short, but I'd be longing down here because this is a 3-point bounce, which is very, very bullish. If it breaks here, you just get out, right? And I wouldn't even be shorting it because there's enough consolidation. Hollow. Hollow World AI. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. We have it. Well, sorry, I am pretty sure. Hollow is going to fly for sure. Hollow is absolutely going to fly. Right? So if we take our RSI right here, we can see Hollow forming some divergence here. You have a lower low, but you have a higher low. So Hollow has hidden divergence because lower and higher. Yeah, I personally can see world flying because there's a huge cup round bottom here. Right, massive bottom, guys. Like, I would definitely be buying some Hollow World, non-financial advice. Maybe I'll make a video on this one. I'm not sure. Yeah, Hollow World's looking very, very good, fam. Anywhere in this area, I would say Hollow is a good buy for sure. And I'd be looking at taking profit at around 11 cents. Quick scalp, 11 cents, take profit, right? It's about 60% move. Sammy, what is up? What do you think of Bitcoin? Right now we're in a short-term downtrend. Needs more data. I do think Bitcoin's going to drop based on the time frame, but I'm looking at a short at the top of resistance. Slack, how you doing? So Bitcoin's hitting my area where I wanted to short it. Because it's bouncing off of my support right here. So ideally, I'm shorting Bitcoin right here, and I'm getting out if it breaks. I'll risk a bit. If it breaks, I'll get out. I'll lose a bit of money. That's fine. I'm really just looking to play the top of the range and the bottom of the range. And if it doesn't pan out, that is okay. For those of you guys that don't know, I do have a $100 to 1 million challenge going on. And you can see Tokyo's pumping it. If this breaks out, I am literally going to drop. But it shouldn't break out because the 1 hour is going down. You're just really waiting for that 15-minute and that 5-minute to get to the top of that resistance. So what you're doing is you're taking a parallel channel from here to here. And you're looking at about 84 as the short. That is potentially where I'd be shorting it. Shorting that before that. Peak is running a bit. All the low caps are running, which is nice. Oh, look at Peak. It pumped quite a bit. I like Peak. Peak is one of my favorite trades. When it moves, it moves. And when it doesn't, it doesn't. But these low cap coins are just they're just really pumping out of nowhere. I would try to stay with the large cap coins because the large cap coins are gonna present more or less risk of opportunity, but it will be opportunities. So yeah, I'd be shorting Bitcoin in this area right here, right? Definitely. 81.5. And then if we look at the RSI, we want to see if we're in a downtrend. Anywhere in this area to 81.2 to about 81.4 is a good short, in my personal opinion. Unless it breaks out, then we get out, right? Not even a look at Solana. I think Solana's okay trade, but definitely not my favorite trade. Unless, yeah, you could get in a long here in Sol. This wouldn't be too bad. Sol's breaking out of the 15-minute, and you've got some resistance here, so you could get on a short scalp long, hypothetically. Yeah, bad. Not too bad on Solana. Solana is looking fairly decent for sure, but I want to see if Bitcoin ends up breaking out. If Bitcoin ends up breaking out, that does change a lot. Because then we're not looking for shorts, we're looking at longs. And right now we're looking at shorts because the market is in a downtrend. We break that downtrend, guys. It's very simple. We go long. Sure, I mentioned the Tokyo market pumping in the thumbnail in the top 3 altcoins, but the reality is I'm playing my trend. Let's look at Chili's. Okay, so Sharp Skill, what is up? How you doing, fam? So we got a little bit of a downtrend here on Chili's. Little bit of a downtrend on Chili's here. Still a downtrend on Bitcoin too in the shorter term. Rats, let's check it out. Yeah, Rats is not too bad. It is at, well, it is almost at support here. Does seem like it's bouncing in that area, but you'd have to break out of this resistance. Am I long? No, I'm not in any trade at the moment. So $100 to $1 million challenge, I'm not in a trade, guys. And I'm also not in a trade on my personal account. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. I see something, but I'm waiting for it to happen, right? I'm not being greedy. I'm waiting for my trade. And anything, I'm looking for an XRP short or a Bitcoin short. So XRP, I'd probably be shorting it right here in this area, 149, 145, or wait, 149.5, 149.4 for XRP, because I see it did break. Same thing with Bitcoin. It is in a downtrend, but I'm not in actually any trade at the moment. I'm only looking to make real or a lot of money. But XRP is also in an uptrend. Like I said, I can see XRP hitting, pumping up again, and then coming back down to here. When will I look at a Bitcoin short? So I'll short Bitcoin around here, okay? About 81.4. If Bitcoin starts breaking out, though, I'm out of my short, okay? Keep that in mind. Very simple. Hit that like button, guys. Run up the YouTube live. If you're not in our channel, our Telegram channel, let me know. And I will post the link so you can stay up to date with everything we're doing. Hyperliquid. Yeah, Hyperliquid is raging. Hyperliquid has been in an uptrend for quite some time here. Hyperliquid is absolutely raging. Hyperliquid is actually breaking out, right? So you've got a breakout on hype, and it looks to me that hype is going to pump to about $50. I've been saying this for a while now. Hype is looking like it's going to pump to about 50. It is breaking out, and I see hype around even 60 at this point. It could be a potentially good long around 45, 46. Yeah, it could definitely be a really, really good long on Hyperliquid. Broke out. So now you're just kind of waiting for the pump. You could even hypothetically get a pump to 50. Should be able to get a pump to 50 on hype. Looks like Bitcoin is pulling back here a bit. See, am I going to jump in a short here? No, I'm not going to jump in a short yet because I'm waiting for my 15-minute to become overbought. I'm not looking to long though because, again, we're in a downtrend, right? Siren. You know, every trade's looking decent, but I'm not liking the entry on anything at the moment. I got to like the entry. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time. Like, look at Siren, a massive drop. Siren could be a really good trade right here. Siren is at the order block in this area. Not too bad. Yeah, Siren has a nice rounded cup or bottom area. If we go look at our RSI, yeah, this wouldn't be a bad trade. Siren is a good trade, low leverage if it respects this order block because there are a lot of buys. So we had a big pump on Siren. We even came down here. I would definitely say Siren's a really, really good trade. Out of every trade I looked at, this probably would be my favorite. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my support right here. And if it breaks this area about 50, well, it's not good. That's the liquidation. So I would wait till it breaks out. Otherwise, come back here. But if you come and test this order block on Siren again, you're looking really good for sure. Hit that like button, guys. Run up the YouTube live. Let's look at Turbo. Thank you guys all to the new fam for joining. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Turbo, same thing. We're just hitting the top. ICP. ICP is usually a good project when crypto gets some legs. Okay, you had a big pump, decent pump. Now you have a drop. ICP would have been such a good short right here. Yeah, I could see ICP dropping to about 235. So it's not a bad trade as long as you don't bounce up in this area. As long as you don't break this downtrend. But I could see ICP coming down to 246. So that's a really good profit from 280. Right? Again, you can't hit $3, but it did drop a lot, but ICP should come down to about 240 in that region. Guys, I'm just going to go get a bit of water because I'm thirsty. So I'm going to go get a bit of water and then we'll continue the live. All right. So back to where we were on the live here. Crypto Wiz, what is up? How you doing? Thank you for commenting. Yeah, so I see this hitting about 81.4 area. That is where my short would be. Jasmine. See what Jasmine's doing. Haven't really looked into Jasmine for a while. I know a lot of coins are pumping, dumping. See that happening all over crypto right now. Jasmine is a good short. Ideally, this would be a good short for Jasmine. That wouldn't be bad at all. Yeah, Jasmine's looking like a really, really good short. Yeah, I would say this isn't looking too bad. Unless this is a fake out, but tried to fake out here, didn't. The market is very slow right now, guys. Very, very slow. There's things happening in the market, but it's just waiting for it to happen, right? I do want to look at total crypto market cap. I cannot wait till we're in a real altcoin season, because this is just altcoin winter, I guess you could call it. Okay, so the total crypto market cap is just hanging out, but it is in an uptrend. And we could kind of see that right here. You can see the uptrend. It bounced off of here. And if you line up your parallel channel from here to here, boom, you're good, right? So now the question is, are we going to break this previous high? Because we're broken out on the macro, I think. Yeah, we're broken out on the macro, on the total crypto market cap. We're not actually broken out on the channel, though. If we break out of this channel, that is where things are going to get fun. And then you're going to notice a lot of crypto projects, a lot of altcoins pumping. Based on the daily, though, we're very, very overbought. So I don't really see us breaking that uptrend channel. It is a possibility anything could happen. But also you can see here the daily is dropping. If you correlate it with Bitcoin, The daily's dropping on Bitcoin too, right? Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't. If you're new to the channel, join our Telegram community, our channel. But XRP is my top trade at the moment. I would love to get an XRP short. Around this area, because if I look at it, kind of broke out. Let's see what we got here. We've got Kishu Inu, DGen. We looked at DGen already. Siren, we looked at Siren. I think Swarm was another trade I really liked. Truth for a short. One of the reasons is because it broke the trend, right? So I could see a clear trend broken on Truth. And ultimately, right here, we are in a downtrend. So as long as Truth doesn't break this, we should be trickling down. Trying to see what other coins there are that are fun to trade. BNB is normally really good to trade. But I believe BNB is breaking out. So BNB is doing the same thing that Bitcoin and a lot of other coins are doing. They're pumping inside of that channel, making you think they broke out, but hitting the top. So I would almost be looking for a short on BNB. Very, very close. It would be very, very close because this is a major sell area on BNB. Now, if BNB breaks out, you lose the trade, but you're at the top. So what do you have to risk? Or what do you have to lose? Not a lot. Let me look at my RSI. Guys, these RSIs are so overbought. It is ridiculous. Like absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'd be shorting BNB. Low leverage. Low leverage for sure. Not anything crazy. This wouldn't be a 10x trade. I'm thinking more of a 5x. Or you could do 10x and you just have to watch it and look at a short down to maybe 640. But that is a perfect trade right there. You're in a sell area. Here's the sell zone. You're hitting the top, right? So that is a perfect trade lining up with Binance Coin, BNB, right? Shout out to all the new people joining the live, guys. Here is our Telegram channel. Make sure you join it. We are doing a $100 to $1 million challenge over this year. So I haven't also looked at Chainlink. You know, I think BNB is my top. BNB is definitely my top. I really like it. I like how it's at the top. And I'd be shorting that. Vice versa. If BNB breaks out, guys, you get out of that trade. Also, Chainlink is looking not too bad at all, right? No, BNB is my favorite. That is the trade of the day, and that is going to be my $100 to $1 million coin. So we've got a coin, guys, finally. Last live, we couldn't find anything. This live, we are going to do something. So for the $100 to $1 million challenge, we are going to use BNB as our coin. And just so everybody knows, you could compound $100 and you could take it to $1 million. Okay? Boom, right there. Right there, I'm living proof. I'm not living proof, but my screen is living proof. And I'm going to show you guys living proof. Ultimately, guys, if I could take this 100 to 1,000, I could take this 1,000 to 10. And then I'll tell you what, we can take it to, I don't know, $1 million by the end of the year. Obviously, these numbers could go a lot higher, 5 million, 11 million, 12 million, 17. But to do that type of thing, you have to have dedication and consistency, and a lot of people don't. They get cozy with themselves, and they try to, like, essentially get more than what they can. But if you can just glide throughout these first 30 to 60 days, so you're golden, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a short on this challenge, 100 to 1 mil. If you guys are doing it with me, great. If not, that's fine. On BNB, okay? I'm liking BNB. That is the trade I want. If I lose the trade, I lose the trade. Cry me a river, okay? Cry me a river if I lose the trade. I'm seeing every single possibility. I like what I see in this market on Binance Coin. So, actually, let me look if the RSI has hit the top of the 4-hour yet. It has. So, I'm not going crazy, right? 5x at 680. And then my take profit $665. Let's see. And my stop loss, 685. I don't know. 136 is my trade. Actual use on trade, 136. So I would lose. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so 690. So my stop loss is okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to get in the trade till the 15 is overbought. My stop loss is going to be 690-ish area. I'm only doing 5x Maybe I'll do 10. We'll see if we can get back to the top. But I want my 15-minute to completely be overbought, right? So yeah, my trade will be most likely BNB. I'm not going to enter it yet. And I'll probably look at take profit around 640. That would be my exit around 640. And again, guys, we are doing the $100 to $1 million challenge, okay? So I'm waiting for that 15-minute to become overbought. Once that 15 minutes overbought, I will get in the trade. For now, it is a no trade zone for me, and I'm just waiting for everything to kind of hit my areas where I want to sell, really. Like, look at Tau. Tau pumped up pretty good here too. That's unfortunate because we were trying to long Tau over here, and it just kept on going down, and then it had one big pump. It is what it is. That is trading. That is life. But I don't know if you guys remember, we were in a $100 to 1 mil trade, and Tau is ranging too long. This is the type of trade I was looking for in Tau. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you very much for joining the live. Trying to see if I can find anything else that is good. I do want to look at ADA, Cardano. So Cardano is not looking too bad. Yeah, Cardano is not looking too bad. If it can break out, I'm waiting for this breakout on Cardano. Real nice breakout on ADA. If this could break out, it is going to fly. And the big thing about Cardano, guys, is we've been in this consolidation for the whole year. So let's see. Did it break out of the macro here? It did. So essentially, I could see a big pump coming on Cardano at some point. But ultimately, Cardano is flat at the moment. I know Algo was moving a bit before. Yeah, Algorand was looking good before it did break out. Now it is waiting in limbo. If this daily flattens out, I can see Algorand ranging from about 10 to about 11.6. All right, guys, that is all I got for everybody tonight. We are looking at some trades. I'm trying to line up that trade on Binance Coin once that 15-minute is overbought. There will be no lives tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday. We will be back to Monday to do a live Monday. I wouldn't be shorting BNB unless it's very, very overbought. I see it dropping potentially in this area, but anything could happen. I want this 15-minute to be overbought and before I get in a short. Make sure you guys join the Telegram channel, guys, for this channel. I did post it a couple times. I'll post it one more. I hope everyone enjoyed the live. We looked at a lot of trades. It's just they're not exactly ready to do anything right now. Like, I wouldn't be shorting really until, you know, the 15 minutes overbought or you're at the peak of the high. And I wouldn't be longing unless you're really at that bounce of the low, because the type of movement that you're going to get on this market is very minimal, if you will. But now you can see, wow, that's a big drop on Bitcoin. That would have been a good short, 81.3. I'm going to wait to see what happens, though, because it is a shorting market for sure. But we are in this downtrend range, so there's not much. Another one that we were looking at was Truth, and I think Truth was a really good short too. So if you guys are playing Truth, possibly it would be a good short. Otherwise, I would wait, right? I do think this is a shorting market. I'm not necessarily looking for longs. I'm just looking for resistances to be hit. So XRP, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad short right here. Because now you hit that resistance. So 149, 148.4. I would say that is a pretty good short on XRP. I'd be shorting XRP right here. And then if XRP breaks out of here, the downtrend here, then you get out, right? All right, guys. Hope you have a wonderful night. We'll see you on the channel on Telegram, and we will be back to stream Monday. I've got lots of stuff going on and coming for the channel. I just need the market to cooperate. Okay, hope everyone has a great night, guys. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Turn the notification bell.